or visit us at deckready.net. Ask about 50% off materials during your free estimate.
Good morning, America. This morning, it is a weekend of wild weather. At least 7 reported tornadoes tearing through the South, destroying homes, buildings, and crushing cars. Oh, wow. Hail and lightning making driving dangerous in Texas as roads are swamped in Virginia. The stormy forecast you need to hear this morning.
Crisis at the border. The question still unanswered for immigrant families. The ray of hope for this 6-year-old separated from her mother, and the new information on this crying little girl in this now famous picture as President Trump,
you never hear this side,
offers his support for Angel families.
Shooting protests, the demonstrations overnight in downtown Pittsburgh. Outrage over the police shooting of a teenager. The new details, what police say they found on the teen's body.
And this morning, caught on camera, look at this, a police officer pulling over his teenage daughter's boyfriend, threatening to fabricate charges.
Have a seat in my car. We'll make up as we go. I didn't even see you. Get out of the car.
Then throwing his screaming daughter into the back seat. How this officer was disciplined.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Don't adjust your dial.
Yes.
Do people even have dials on TVs anymore?
No. Some do.
I don't think they do. Anyway, good morning. Paula has the weekend off, so we're going to try something new here. Very happy to have Adrian Bankert and Whit Johnson on the desk.
Wow. Thank you.
Morning.
It's like joining the Breakfast Club here.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Lower levels of hazing. Well, we also have Sam Champion.
Hi. Come on.
And a few old timers like me and Ron Claiborne.
This is the full backfield formation.
I got you 6 if it gets rough out here tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you,
All the brothers are here.
We do, though, have a lot of news this morning. New levels of confusion, both on the border and in Washington.
And the big question right now, what's next for thousands of separated parents and children as we see new images of mothers with their kids detained on the border? A source tells ABC News that 500 of the more than 2,300 children separated since the zero tolerance policy went into effect have now been reunited with family members.
And President Trump said this week the U.S. has to be strong at the border to prevent millions of people from flowing in. According to Customs and Border Protection, the number of people illegally crossing the border has been on the rise since March. The number of families and unaccompanied children nearing 16,000 in May. That's 2,000 more than the month prior.
So we're going to have reports from the border and from Washington coming up, but we do want to start here with the severe weather rolling across the country, causing flooding and reported tornadoes. You're looking right now at the damage done in Alabama. So let's get it straight over to Sam, who's in for Rob this morning. Good morning.
What a night. Into the morning, it still goes on. And just in a short list, 7 reported tornadoes in 4 states, 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts, egg-sized hail, and flooding. All of this from dinner time into the overnight hours from the plains into the Mid-South, all the way up to the Mid-Atlantic.
Overnight, more than 200 reports of severe weather across much of this country.
Adrian.
Watch a reported twister in the sky, seen in this storm north of Lafayette, Georgia. And in Alabama, cleanup underway after a reported tornado touchdown in Cullman County Friday night. This mobile home in shreds and this car crushed. The storm injuring 3, including an infant. And in Virginia, more than 6 inches of rain causing road closures and flooding homes, briefly shutting down Richmond's airport. And look, these cars stuck in high water in Henrico County. Meanwhile, Illinois getting its share of wet weather. Road closures as cars maneuver through the flooded streets.
Oh, wow.
While in Wheeler, Texas, heavy rain and wind gusts up to 80 miles an hour, making it impossible to even see out this windshield.
If it seems like a lot of bad weather in a lot of towns, you're right. Look at the small storm systems that are all connected that keep it going well into this morning. Look at the storms that will be rolling through New Jersey into New York into the New England area this morning. Widely scattered, not rain all day anywhere, but a lot of heavy hits. And then look at the connection of storms that will bring it all the way back into Memphis, Knoxville. We've got some stuff that will be popping again in Oklahoma today. Take a look at this into Omaha, Nebraska. These storms with that low will continue to pop today. How much rain? Widely scattered amounts of rain. Look at this. And again, not rain all day, Adrian, but some big storms.
All right, Sam, it's good to have you with us this morning. We turn now to the chaos at the border and the latest immigrant families detained as Washington works out ways to handle the situation over the cries against separating children from their parents. ABC's Marcus Moore is in McAllen with more. Marcus, good morning.
Adrian, good morning. There is still so much confusion and frustration about when and how nearly 2,000 families will be reunited. And here at this bus station in McAllen, we have seen dozens of detainees with their children appearing to be released from custody while their cases proceed. New this morning, a busload of young mothers arriving at the central station in McAllen, Texas. Their sons, daughters in their arms, ankle monitors wrapped around their legs. This morning, they are among the immigrant families together after being detained for crossing the border illegally.
Tenía mucho miedo y aún estuve llorando muchas veces, pero gracias a Dios no me lo pudieron separar.
She says that I asked her if she was worried that she might be separated from her son, and she said yes, she was very worried about that. The government says about 500 children have already been reunited with their families, but tensions still running high.
We have no reason to be proud of this.
Politicians visiting the border as unanswered questions linger for immigrant families following Trump's executive order. Democratic Senator Kamala Harris calling for immediate reunification of families. That message echoed by senators across the aisle, too.
It is absolutely the case that children need to be with their moms and dads. That's the right thing to do.
The U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency says they expected all separated kids to be reunited as of this morning. But that assessment does not include kids in HHS custody. The plan for their reunions remains unclear. More than 1,800 children still waiting. That is 6-year-old Allison Jimena Valencia Madrid, who was separated from her mother, her audio obtained by ProPublica, then speaking to her family from that detention center.
¿Qué quieres hacer cuando vengas?
Primero quiero ir a bañarme. Un baño muy calientito.
And new information on the crying little girl who became the face of family separation. Her father telling ABC News that she was not separated from his wife, though he does not know how the two are doing this morning. And immigration officials are reportedly making plans to house as many as 15,000 immigrant families, perhaps at military bases or other facilities. Yet this morning, it is still unclear when those separated families will actually be reunited with.
Marcus Moore in McAllen, Texas. Thanks so much. Meantime, President Trump is trying to switch the focus from separated families at the border to those who have lost loved ones at the hands of undocumented immigrants. ABC's White House correspondent Tara Palmieri is at the White House with a heated battle over immigration. Tara, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. That's right. There's been widespread confusion from the White House down to the border agents on the ground about how to actually implement the president's executive order and his zero policy immigration plan. It's very similar to the rollout of the travel ban.
You never hear this side. You don't know what's going on.
President Trump capping off a chaotic week with another push for a zero-tolerance immigration policy, shifting focus to American parents whose children were killed by undocumented immigrants.
These are the American citizens permanently separated from their loved ones. They're not separated for a day or 2 days. They are permanently separated because they were killed by criminal illegal aliens.
Multiple studies show undocumented immigrants commit crimes at a lower rate than American citizens. The president's comments coming as his administration struggles with a crisis on the border, where migrant children were being separated from their parents. Earlier this week, the president personally lobbied lawmakers on Capitol Hill to pass immigration reform. Trump relenting from his hard line by issuing an executive order to stop separating families that cross the border illegally, along with this message to Congress.
We're also wanting to go through Congress. We will be going through Congress. We're working on a much more comprehensive bill.
But just days later, the president switching gears, tweeting, Republicans should stop wasting their time on immigration until after we elect more senators and congressmen and women in November. The confusion on Capitol Hill mounting as his quick fix, an executive order, is being held up in a California court. The administration seeking to change a law that requires the release of detained children within 20 days. The government now arguing for a longer period as long as the children are with their parents. The New York Times reporting that border protection officials are questioning how to carry out the executive order to detain parents and children together when the law requires that children not be held indefinitely in jail.
At a hearing yesterday, a government lawyer couldn't answer basic questions about how they'll reunite families or even if they'll continue detaining them, saying, quote, that's still in flux. Dan?
A lot of questions, a lot of confusion this morning. Tara, thank you very much. Let's go back to Texas now, where we find ABC News chief political analyst Matthew Dowd. Matthew, good morning. As we saw at the top of Tara's piece, the president clearly is attempting to change the narrative here with his meeting with the families he calls angel families. Is that strategy likely to work?
Well, you know, every American and all of us have great compassion for anybody that's been a victim of violent crime. But I think it's important to underscore one thing that Tara said, which is illegal immigrants or immigrants at all commit crimes at a much less rate than American citizens, native-born citizens here. I think the president's problem here is this was a great show of compassion in a moment. But what's happening at the border is going to continue to be story after story after story. And until immigration is dealt with, that is the story that's going to take place over the course of the next days, months, and weeks ahead. So I think it's going to be very hard for the president to shift it to what he wants, because it's still going to be about the border.
You talked about dealing with immigration. For days, the president and his advisors and his family members were calling on Congress to act. Now, as Tara just reported, the president is tweeting out, you know, don't waste your time. So where does this leave us legislatively?
To me, it's highly, highly unlikely that anything's going to happen on immigration before November, and it's probably even as high that anything is going to happen after November, which is unfortunate because this has been an issue. I mean, one thing I think it's important for viewers to keep in mind is that President Bush tried to do this, and certain group of House GOP members killed it with under President Bush. President Obama tried to do this, and a certain group of House GOP members killed it under President Obama. So I think the president is formally acknowledging that he has no control over the circumstances. But until we deal with this issue of immigration, we're going to constantly have this problem, both with criminal elements and the crisis that we see at the border today.
Such a thorny topic all the way around. Matthew Dowd, we appreciate your analysis on a Saturday morning. Adrienne, over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. And thank you, Matt. Turning now to the police shooting of a teenager that is sparking outrage. Overnight, a new wave of protests in Pittsburgh over the death of Antoine Rose. ABC's Kenneth Moten is there now with the demonstrations and what authorities are saying about the case. Kenneth, good morning.
Good morning, Adrienne. Busy night on these streets for protesters and police. We were with them overnight as they marched through the city over that bridge right there to the interstate. At one point, they were just outside the baseball stadium right as the Pirates game was getting out. Outrage is growing in this community, in this area, as new details emerge about the police shooting death of Antoine Rose. Overnight, tense moments in Pittsburgh. Police in riot gear, protesters in the streets. Demonstrators marched, shutting down roadways, an interstate, and this critical bridge, demanding justice for 17-year-old Antoine Rose.
I'm out here because it's inhumane to kill black children, and that was murder what happened.
An unarmed Antoine shot and killed by East Pittsburgh police officer Michael Rosfeld as he ran away from a traffic stop earlier in the week. The district attorney is now revealing investigators found an empty 9mm gun clip in the teen's front pocket after the shooting.
I'm not going to talk about everything that happened that night, but you asked me the question, did he have a 9mm, did he have a clip? He had a clip in his pocket.
They're looking for an excuse. They're trying to find a reason to get this cop off.
Investigators say the car Antoine was riding in operated as a ride-share or taxi, but it also matched the description of a vehicle possibly involved in a drive-by shooting minutes before. Authorities say they have video, but wouldn't give any specifics. Attorneys for Antoine's family calling the new developments irrelevant.
Too many kids or young African-American males are being shot. They're dead. They're not here to tell the story. If they could just be here to tell the story, we might hear the other side.
The DA says Officer Rosfeld is now cooperating with this investigation after getting a new attorney. The prosecutor plans to speak more about the details of this case after Antoine is laid to rest Monday. Whit?
Kenneth Moten in Pittsburgh for us. Thanks so much. This morning, we are seeing new images following the deadly crash caught on camera involving a self-driving Uber car. ABC's Zachary Keish reports on why investigators say this tragedy was avoidable.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just shaking out. This morning, we're learning more about what caused this deadly car crash in Arizona.
New released body cam video shows them questioning the backup driver at the scene.
Do you have a cold or a flu or anything like that?
I'm sick of what happened.
Tempe police reporting Rafaela Vasquez was watching Hulu when the accident occurred. Now, she could face criminal charges. Here you see Vasquez, who appears to be distracted when the biker appears in the road. The car was in autonomous driving mode when it hit and killed 49-year-old Elaine Herzberg, who was crossing the street mid-block with her bike.
So what exactly happened?
The car was on auto drive, and all of a sudden, the car didn't see it, I didn't see it, and then all of a sudden it's just there, but he shot out in front, and then I think I hit him.
Officers investigating the incident calculated the deadly accident could have been prevented if Vasquez used the manual brake when the pedestrian first appeared. The report saying the car would have stopped more than 42 feet shy of Herzberg.
I said, what happened? She said a vehicle hit the pedestrian.
Police are now calling the crash entirely avoidable. In a statement, Uber says it has strict rules against drivers using mobile devices. We reach out to the driver for comment but have not heard back. Police are requesting a charge of vehicular manslaughter. Guys, back over to you.
Zachary, thank you. Such a sad story. Let's check the weather again. A lot going on this weekend.
Yeah, we'll shift from the storms into the heat. Wildfire season, Dan, everybody has already started. Now in places like Oregon, we've got 3 fires going. 2 of those started by lightning. Take a look, though, at the Graham fire. This one mostly in public lands, about 50% contained. 2 other fires, though, one of them about 10% contained. So we've got a lot going on there. It's the heat, it's the wind combined together. We've got some relative humidity levels that are as low as about 5%. That's bone dry. They kick up about a 20-mile-per-hour wind running through here, and it's easy to spark a fire just like that. So here's where the heat's running. It's anywhere from Central California south now and getting pushed a little bit south. There is some mildly, slightly colder air that's getting shoved down from the north in that northern flow in the bend right there. So Sacramento, you're going to get a big cool down. Okay, 105 to 97, but anytime you get below the triple digits in this area, it's a good thing. Palm Springs still staying at that 100 degrees. We get to the storms that are still rolling in the south. So this is the level we think, or the area we think will be strong to severe. Dallas, Little Rock, Huntsville, Atlanta, Nashville, you're all in that. Going today into tonight, but even tomorrow, there's another line that pops up of severe storms that's yet to travel the country, so we'll be keeping our eye right here in Wichita, Kansas City, on into Woodward. That's the weather around the nation. Here's what you can expect this Saturday morning.
Afternoon thunderstorms firing up, some of which could possibly be severe right around 4 or 5 o'clock in the D.C. metro. And the region is under a slight risk for severe weather from D.C. points eastward towards Annapolis, so do keep an eye to the sky. As we take a look at the day tomorrow, we are tracking better weather in our forecast. Some sunshine as we close out the weekend. It'll also be hot and humid for your Sunday. Into the early half of the week, plenty of bright sunshine and also comfortable weather ahead.
In next weather, we'll talk about that heat that's in the deep south spreading for a moment back into the northeast.
You know what I find poetic? Because all winter long you were coming up here gloating about how great the weather was in Miami where you live and how cold it was here. Now it's insufferably hot in Miami and it's nice and cool here.
It's very cool here. It feels like autumn.
But for those of us who love the heat, we'll take the heat no matter where it is.
That's
I mean,
true.
like I'd rather be warm than anything else.
You really won't let me gloat, will you?
Yeah, please gloat.
Okay.
I like it better that way.
Doesn't work. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Sam, thanks so much. Let's check in with Ron for a look at the other headlines.
All right, I'm checking my scorecard here. We have Whit, Adrian, Dan.
You need a cheat
and
sheet.
Sam.
Yes.
And good morning, everyone.
party.
We're going to begin with a major decision by the U.S. Supreme Court that affects the privacy rights of all cell phone users. The High Court ruling that in most cases, police will now need a search warrant to get access to a suspect's cell phone data. This 5-4 decision could affect current cases where information such as numbers called and locations where the cell phone has been used have been linked a suspect to a crime. In Columbus, Ohio, 2 people were critically injured in a house explosion that rocked an entire neighborhood. With a blast so loud it could be heard a mile away, the house was severely damaged, as well as several other nearby homes and buildings. Investigators believe it was apparently a natural gas explosion caused by scrappers taking metal from the property, which was thought to be vacant. It wasn't. Overseas, in France, a toxicology report has been released on the death of celebrity chef Anthony Bourdain. The New York Times first reporting that a French official confirms that Bourdain did not have narcotics in the system when he took his own life earlier this month inside of a French hotel room. Bourdain had spoken publicly about his previous drug addiction. Our New York station, WABC, has confirmed that Joe Jackson, the patriarch of the Jackson clan, including the late Michael Jackson, is in a Las Vegas hospital battling advanced pancreatic cancer. The 89-year-old has been ailing the past few years, suffering from dementia and a stroke that he had in 2015. Family members are said to be at